Mr. Maweu, as the chairperson of the Makueni County Rural and Urban Affordable Housing Committee, what concrete steps will you take to help the Affordable Housing Board achieve its vision and the plans for Makueni County?
My position is not even as a chair or as anything, but as an advisor. I'll make sure that I lead them in the right direction. And that is my wish.
Thank you. Okay. Yes, architect. What are the core values of affordable housing?
Affordable housing, first of all, it is something that allows the basic mwananchi to own a house. Not many of them have houses. It is something that they can afford and they pay for. It is something that they can own and belong to.
What are the key responsibilities you will have when you are the chair in this committee?
Because in housing, you have very many various interests. You have the architects, may then be consultants or from within. You have conservators. You have got engineers, both electrical, mechanical. You have got experts. Then you have the contractor.
Okay.
And then you have the client who is paying. You have to ensure that all these two are in sync. Unless they are in sync, you are wasting time.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, that is a professional responsibility.
Yes.
Now, what other responsibilities? Because now, you know, this is a project which has a linkage from the national government to county government. And as a member or as a chair in the committee, you will have other responsibilities apart from the professional line which you are in.
Yes.
Other responsibilities.
Other responsibilities are to influence, to bring the county government and the national government together.
Yes.
Because most of the money comes from the national government.
Yeah.
Either given to the county government. So you have to influence those who are giving the funding, those are allowing the project to proceed, those who may be having other ideas, so that you are the go-between between the county and the national government.
As the chair, what will be your opinion on the dispute around the housing levy, and how you believe the conflict around housing levy is going to help you deal with the broader challenges facing housing and affordable housing in this country?
Levy is something that's governed by the law. You may have ability to change it as long as the laws have already been enacted. Now, your challenge here is to ensure that those who are within, they pay that levy. Sometimes I may not do much because this levy is being paid by workers and non-workers, those who are interested in the houses. So for you is to endear them and make sure you show them the benefits of the housing, and for them to pay. Because without paying, they cannot get the houses. And then when they pay, you have to show them how the payments will benefit them in the long run.
I think right on that, the housing levy is not paid by those who own the houses. It is paid by everyone. Yeah, it is paid by everyone. And one of the challenges is maybe you are paying the housing levy and you are not interested in the houses, and there is no clear guideline on how, when you contribute to the housing levy, how will you benefit? those are some of the challenges
Yes.
you may face in this committee as you work.
Now, let me say this through the chair. Normally, housing levy itself is sometimes it's very detrimental to some people,
Yes.
because there are those like me who are retired,
Yes.
but maybe I've got workers
Yes.
whom I have to deduct
Yes.
the money,
Okay.
and they'll ask me how will I benefit.
Yes. Those are
Okay.
questions now.
I have to give them something called for it is for what do you call it? It is for there's a term. It is continuous, even for their kids. They don't have to benefit themselves, but their products will benefit from this. And more importantly, we are going to ensure people don't live in scholar accommodation between now and the future. Otherwise, it's quite challenging. I agree with you.
Yes.
People are asking themselves, how will I benefit from this?
Yes.
But the population of these houses is not for me now. I have my house at home. But even if I pay that levy, I'm contributing to the growth of the country. And this is what we should be telling people.
We are contributing.
We are contributing to the growth of the country in terms of housing. Because if you go to countries like UK, they have so much houses that you don't have to own it, you just lease. You just rent and stay. Today here there are no houses even to rent.
Yes.
But if we finish the houses, life becomes cheaper. Because the more they increase, the more demand, the more supply increases, the more demand comes down, and therefore with the demand it will bring down the rent. So it is affordable. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe you tell us what factors contribute to stalling of such projects. And you, as a member of the committee and other stakeholders, how you are going to work to address such challenges going forward.
For me, how I'd look at it, I remember having interviews, of course, with some officer who was within national government in some office, I think this side, or I can't remember the actual direction, so let me stop talking about it. And the bigger question was what really happened for those projects to not get completed. And of course, financing is a key element to it, right? And that brings in the whole bit of how are we investing, or within our investment plan, our 5-year plan, how do we make sure that we are project managing the project actually to completion? Because I mean, it's no point in starting a project when one has not been completed yet. So what I would look at it is from a really well thought out management, if you were, for such kind of projects, and really lobbying a lot to get some of these things across the line, because it doesn't serve anybody that those projects are actually not completed. And if they were to be completed, we would have seen a whole different kind of economy or ecosystem emanating from the location where they are. In addition to that, I think I'll pick it from just financial perspective, because finance is really everything, and I think that is what the levy actually came to solve with regards to that aspect of the contribution and making sure that we have this pull factor, and of course it can be added on by different things, be it loans or voluntary contributions, etc. Within it. So I'll look at it from a financial perspective. Politics, I would say just being tactful with it and just lobbying just to get such kind of project just across the line, but I don't want to speak much about it because I don't know if there were any politics associated with it. But then the question of how can that be made to cross the line? I think for me, even within these acts, if I didn't misunderstand it, there is the provision of off-taking projects from different institutions. And I think the stall project is one of a good project to begin with, all right? But of course, we kind of have to understand what is the structural integrity of the project, of the structure at the moment, and does it pose any health hazard? If it does, then it's a written off case. If the structural integrity is still okay, then you have a case to begin with. And it could be looked at from a off-taking type of project and then just adopting it. But also there is also the provision of institutional housing. So beginning to understand which institution was actually doing it and who are the beneficiaries of it, etc., within it. So in addition to that aspect of off-taking, I would look at it also from intensive study and beginning to understand, is that the actual location, or would that be the most ideal location? Location and location principles for a project, and what needs to be done about it. Do you need a mix and match? What will be the cost of it after you're done with the project? Are the targeted people going to be the ones coming into that location? So there's more to go to it, in addition to just seeing a project to completion.
You still work with Howard Humphrey.
Correct.
That's a consulting firm.
It is.
And I really understand how busy you can be in Humphrey. How will you manage your effective contribution to this committee you are seeking while you maintain your present employment busy schedule?
Okay. I would take it from really time management perspective, because within consulting, you have your downtimes and you have your busy times. Not every time you're like super busy with projects back to back, but there's always breather to take part in different activities. Currently, I do find time to engage in different activities in the church that I worship. I serve within a committee there, which is the maturity department. I also take part in some voluntary activities within the community. And just looking at my schedule, I still find that there's still time that I can commit to living beyond self, because I think that's really my principle in life, which is how do I live beyond myself?
My interest was, since this is a new committee,
Correct.
and from time to time you may be required to be present, not the 4 meetings scheduled, but I know there might be some committees whereby you'll be required every now and then. Just wanted to know whether your current job will give the flexibility required. If it's okay, no problem.
Yeah, so in terms of the flexibility, we do normally have the provision of utilizing our leave days, because consulting, you kind of have to book your time, so you can utilize your leave days for any extra activity that you need to engage in.
Okay,
Out of curiosity to know from you,
Yes.
you're coming to work under county committee, steering committee.
Yeah.
Yes, you will report to the governor for updates.
Yes.
But we have other leaders who matter also in the national government from this county,
Yeah.
who will help you so much, especially when it comes to looking for funds from the national government.
Yeah.
Do you understand the local leadership of Makueni County that is going to help you in the national government?
Yes.
Can you name a few of them?
Or Makueni is general.
Makueni County leadership.
Okay, so the governor is Honorable Mutula Kilonzo Jr. The senator is Daniel Manzo. My member of parliament is Honorable Erastus Kivaso. We have the women, the women, let me call her the women leader. That name is
Red.
the women the women representative. Her name is Rose Museo, and my MCA is Honorable Alexander Mulem. Yes.
Thank you.
You know the challenges that came across with the housing levy,
Yes.
the resistance around it.
Yeah.
How are you going to deal with the circumstances and the resistance in the housing levy?
Yes.
And then again, how is it also going to help you in achieving the broader aspect of housing, affordable housing, and how are you going to manage the challenges that come with it?
Okay. Number one, people don't understand what that housing levy is, and because of the economy, there has been financial constraints, and another thing is this housing, affordable housing, are being built on public lands. So in that, I would say there should be transparency and creation of awareness and education to the public.